Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters on the path of self-awareness and growth, today I want to talk about a day that holds incredible energy and transformative potential. July 25, 2025. This date is not just another day on the calendar. According to deep spiritual teachings, reflections from nature, and the wisdom shared by Shi Heng YI, a respected Shaolin master, this day will be a powerful turning point for many people around the world. But not for everyone, only for those who already carry specific inner signs that life is preparing them for a surprising breakthrough, a shift in consciousness, or even an unexpected life event that can change their direction completely. Now you might ask, what are these signs? How can you recognize them in yourself? And most importantly, how can you prepare for what's coming? Over the past few weeks or even months, many people who are energetically aligned with the shift coming on July 25, 2025, have reported experiencing a deep and often confusing sense of emotional turbulence. This restlessness is not like ordinary stress or anxiety. It feels different. It's more persistent, more emotional, and often comes in unpredictable waves that can hit you at any time. Early in the morning, late at night, or even in the middle of something completely unrelated. You may find yourself reacting strongly to situations that you would normally shrug off. Small disagreements might suddenly feel overwhelming. A simple comment from a friend might trigger tears or frustration. Even happy moments might be accompanied by a strange feeling of vulnerability, like you're standing at the edge of something vast and unknown. Some people have described it as having a lump in the throat for no apparent reason, or a tightness in the chest that comes and goes without explanation. This emotional sensitivity often extends to external influences as well. You might find yourself deeply moved by music, art, or even a passing scene on the street. Movies or TV shows that never used to affect you may suddenly leave you in tears. The news, social media, and even strangers' energy in crowded places may feel overwhelmingly intense. Many people report needing more time alone, more quiet moments, or even periods of isolation just to feel balanced. Physically, this restlessness can manifest as insomnia or disturbed sleep patterns. Perhaps you've been waking up at unusual hours, especially around 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., feeling wide awake for no reason. Or you may feel exhausted during the day despite getting enough sleep at night. Some describe it as having a nervous energy that runs through the body like a low-level electric current, making it hard to sit still or focus. Emotionally, you may find yourself questioning your life choices, relationships, or long-held beliefs. Thoughts like, is this really the life I want, or am I on the right path, may appear more frequently. You might catch yourself daydreaming about making big changes, moving to a new city, starting a new job, ending toxic relationships, or pursuing passions you've ignored for years. But why is this happening? What's causing this emotional roller coaster? This type of emotional restlessness is often a clear sign that your body, mind, and spirit are preparing for a significant shift in energy. You are being shaken out of your comfort zone. Your inner world is undergoing a process of recalibration. Old emotional wounds that were buried deep within you are starting to surface, not to punish you, but to give you a final opportunity to heal and release them. Think of it like a river whose flow was once blocked by debris. As the energy of change builds up, that debris, your emotional baggage, unresolved fears, and outdated mental patterns, starts to move and shift. And as it does, you feel the turbulence. This phase of emotional sensitivity is actually a gift, though it rarely feels like one while you're going through it. It's your soul's way of cleansing itself. It's pushing out what no longer serves your highest path, making room for the unexpected and surprising developments that July 25 may bring. You might notice that along with emotional ups and downs, there's also a heightened sense of awareness. You start noticing details you'd previously overlooked, people's facial expressions, body language, or subtle changes in their tone of voice. Even nature seems more vivid. The sky looks bluer, the air feels heavier, and time may seem to stretch or speed up unpredictably. If you're experiencing this kind of emotional and energetic restlessness right now, you're not alone. Many across the world who are attuned to spiritual growth, personal transformation, or energetic shifts are going through this same phase. It's a collective preparation, an emotional shaking that sets the stage for new beginnings, unexpected opportunities, and life-altering surprises that await just around the corner. Another powerful sign that something significant is aligning for you on July 25, 2025, is the sudden and noticeable increase in your intuitive abilities. It starts subtly, almost like a whisper in the back of your mind. You begin to sense things before they happen. Situations that once required logical analysis now seem to reveal their answers effortlessly through instinct. The voice of intuition grows louder, more persistent, and harder to ignore. For many people, this shift in intuition begins with small incidents. You might think of someone, and within minutes, they text or call you. You may find yourself predicting outcomes, like sensing that a meeting will get cancelled or knowing which friend is going through a tough time before they tell you. These coincidences don't feel random anymore. Instead, they feel like confirmations that you're tapping into something beyond your five senses. Dreams become another powerful channel during this time. They may become more vivid, symbolic, and emotionally charged. People you haven't seen in years may appear in your dreams with clear messages or unresolved emotions. Recurring dream symbols like water, doors, bridges, or unfamiliar paths start showing up, each carrying layers of meaning about transformation, choices, and the unknown future. Some people even report having lucid dreams, where they become aware they are dreaming and can control parts of the dream narrative. Beyond dreams, your waking intuition also heightens. Random thoughts pop into your head, only for you to discover later that they were accurate predictions. You might walk into a room and instantly sense the mood without anyone saying a word. The energy of places and people becomes more tangible. Situations that once seemed confusing now appear clearer, as if an unseen hand is guiding your understanding. Another key aspect of this intuitive surge is the appearance of gut feelings. These are strong, physical sensations in your body, often in the stomach or chest area, that arise suddenly when you're making decisions or facing certain people or environments. You may feel a tightening in your stomach when something isn't right, or a warm, expansive sensation in your chest when something aligns with your path. This gut intelligence bypasses logical reasoning. It doesn't need evidence or data to guide you, it simply knows. Interestingly, your ability to read people also improves during this time. You become more sensitive to micro-expressions, subtle shifts in tone, and hidden emotions. Even if someone is saying they are fine, you can sense the sadness, anger, or stress they're masking. This can lead to more empathy, deeper connections, and sometimes uncomfortable realizations about relationships that are not authentic or energetically healthy for you. Synchronicity plays a major role too. You might start noticing repeating numbers like 111, 222, 333, or seeing animal totems repeatedly, such as birds, butterflies, or even seeing the same symbol in different places within short time frames. Each of these synchronicities acts like a breadcrumb trail, pointing you toward inner alignment and external changes that are approaching fast. Some people also report that their inner voice becomes clearer, almost as if their conscience or higher self is speaking more directly. Decisions that once took days or weeks of overthinking now feel instantly clear. You might find yourself walking away from situations without hesitation, taking new opportunities on instinct, or saying yes to things that logically don't make sense but feel deeply right. This is all part of your internal preparation. As the energy of July 25 approaches, the universe is giving you sharper, intuitive tools to navigate what's coming. It's like being handed a compass before entering uncharted territory. Whether it's through sudden insights, prophetic dreams, bodily sensations, or spiritual downloads, this heightened intuition is making sure you're awake, alert, and ready for what lies ahead. One of the most telling signs that you are being prepared for a significant and surprising shift on July 25, 2025, is the recurrence of life patterns and emotional lessons. This isn't coincidence. It's a deliberate design by the universe, a spiritual mechanism meant to help you finally address unresolved issues that have lingered beneath the surface for years, sometimes even decades. You may notice that certain situations keep playing out like a broken record. Perhaps you keep entering the same kind of toxic relationships, each time with a different person, but the same underlying emotional dynamics. Manipulation, lack of respect, emotional distance, or control issues. It may feel like no matter how many times you leave a person behind, a new one shows up with similar traits. This repetition is life's way of holding a mirror to your internal wounds, asking you to look deeper, to finally heal the emotional root that keeps attracting the same kind of people. In your professional life, the patterns may appear in the form of recurring obstacles. You may keep finding yourself undervalued at work, overlooked for promotions, or caught in projects that drain your energy but offer little reward. Or you might keep taking on too much responsibility, saying yes when you should say no, only to feel burnt out and resentful later. These cycles are not random. They are opportunities for growth, boundaries, and self-realization. The same goes for financial struggles. Perhaps every time you seem to be making progress, an unexpected expense knocks you back down. Or maybe you keep falling into the trap of overspending or making impulsive financial decisions, leaving you in a constant state of stress. This recurring pattern is pointing to deeper beliefs around scarcity, self-worth, and fear of stability. Emotionally, you may notice that specific triggers keep resurfacing, the same argument topics with loved ones, the same internal dialogues of self, doubt, guilt, or fear of abandonment. You may have thought you had grown past these feelings, only for them to resurface stronger than before. This is because, right before a major energetic shift, life has a way of forcing us to confront the core issues we've been avoiding. One of the reasons these patterns intensify as July 25 approaches is that the universe is giving you one final chance to break them before the next phase of your life begins. It's almost like you're being put through a final test, one that asks, have you really learned? Are you truly ready to step into the new version of yourself? This process can feel exhausting. Some days you might wonder, why is this happening again? Haven't I already dealt with this? But understand this, the repetition is not punishment. It's preparation. It's the universe making sure that when the surprising event of July 25 arrives, whether it's an opportunity, a breakthrough, or a life-changing realization, you'll be emotionally and spiritually equipped to handle it. Another important aspect of these repeated patterns is their increasing intensity. What was once a mild discomfort may now feel overwhelming. Old coping mechanisms like distraction, avoidance, or numbing behaviors may no longer work. The emotional weight of these lessons becomes too heavy to ignore, forcing you to face the truth with honesty and courage. In some cases, the lessons are so clear that you can almost predict them happening again. For example, you may sense tension building with a coworker and already know how the conversation will spiral out of control based on past experiences. This awareness is your growth edge. It's life saying, "This time, will you respond differently?" Additionally, life may also present you with unexpected teachers, new people who enter your life carrying the same energy as those from your past. These people aren't here by accident. They are reflections, mirrors showing you where healing is still needed. By observing these repeated patterns and engaging with them consciously, you begin to reclaim your power. You start making different choices. You say no where you used to say yes. You speak your truth instead of staying silent. You walk away from situations that drain you instead of enduring them out of habit or fear. And every time you break a pattern, even in small ways, you raise your vibration and shift your timeline towards something far more aligned with your highest potential. One of the most fascinating and undeniable indicators that something significant is about to happen in your life, especially as we approach July 25, 2025, is the sudden appearance and increase of synchronicities and universal signs all around you. This is not your imagination, nor is it a coincidence. It's the language of the universe trying to get your attention in ways that bypass logic and speak directly to your subconscious and your soul. For many people, this experience begins with seeing repeating number sequences, often referred to as angel numbers. You may suddenly start noticing numbers like 1, 111, 2, 122, 3, 133, 444, 5, 155, or even 777 showing up everywhere on digital clocks, license plates, receipts, addresses, or phone numbers. Each of these number patterns carries its own vibrational meaning. For example, 111 often signals the power of manifestation and new beginnings. 555 indicates that big changes are on the horizon. 777 is associated with divine alignment and spiritual awakening. When these numbers begin to appear more frequently, especially at significant moments when you're thinking of a decision or contemplating change, it's a direct cosmic confirmation that you're being guided and supported. But it's not just numbers. Symbols from nature often start appearing more often than usual. You may notice that certain animals cross your path repeatedly. For example, seeing butterflies often symbolizes personal transformation and spiritual growth. Birds, especially ones like hawks, owls, or doves, are seen as messengers from higher realms, indicating that a higher perspective is needed. Even unexpected encounters with animals in dreams or while scrolling through social media can carry messages. These aren't accidents, they are part of your awakening process. You might also encounter symbolic objects like feathers, coins, or crystals in places you wouldn't expect. Some people find feathers in the middle of their living room without explanation or notice coins on the sidewalk just when they're thinking of financial worries. These little winks from the universe are there to reassure you that you're on the right path and that unseen forces are at work on your behalf. Another layer of synchronicity comes in the form of perfectly timed messages, often through conversations, books, music, or even random posts online. For instance, you might overhear a stranger talking about the exact issue you've been silently struggling with, or you open a book to a random page, only to find a quote that answers your current dilemma. Even songs on the radio or playlists might suddenly feel like they're speaking directly to your situation, lyrics that describe your current emotional state or hint at a decision you need to make. Social media algorithms may seem to mysteriously know what you need at that moment, offering you inspirational posts, motivational quotes, or even videos discussing the very thing that's been on your mind. This is not just technology, it's energy in motion, aligning external signals with your internal state. In some cases, you may find that synchronicities become layered and interconnected, creating a web of signs that feels impossible to ignore. For example, you see the number 444 on your clock. Then a friend randomly texts you at exactly 4:44 p.m., and then later, you notice a billboard with the same number sequence. Or perhaps you dream of a white owl, wake up to find a social media post about owl symbolism, and later, while scrolling, you come across a spiritual teacher talking about owls as messengers from the universe. The feeling accompanying these moments is unmistakable. There's an inner pull, almost a magnetic sensation, telling you to pay attention. Your heart rate may increase, or you might get chills down your spine. Some describe it as a knowing feeling, like the universe just tapped them on the shoulder and whispered, "Watch closely, something's coming." This consistent presence of synchronicities acts like a breadcrumb trail guiding you towards your next step, preparing you for the upcoming shift. The more you acknowledge these signs, the more frequent and clear they become. It's as if the universe tests your awareness at first, and once you start noticing and appreciating the signs, it rewards you with even stronger guidance. This surge of cosmic signs and symbols isn't just decorative or entertaining. It's deeply functional. It serves as both preparation and reassurance, giving you spiritual tools to navigate the days leading up to July 25 with more trust, faith, and awareness. One of the most emotionally challenging yet spiritually revealing signs that a major shift is approaching in your life, particularly as we move closer to July 25, 2025, is the overwhelming and sometimes confusing urge to let go of things, people, habits, or situations that no longer align with your inner truth. This sensation doesn't come from a place of anger or resentment. Instead, it often arrives with a deep, almost unexplainable sense of finality, like turning the last page of a chapter in a book you've been reading for far too long. You might start to notice that certain friendships suddenly feel heavy or one-sided. Conversations that once excited you now seem forced or draining. The people you used to feel connected to might now appear distant, disinterested, or even energetically toxic. Emotional bonds that held meaning for years may start to loosen, not necessarily because of a fight or misunderstanding, but simply because your vibrational frequency is changing. It's as though your soul is whispering, "You've outgrown this." The same urge often extends to material possessions. You may find yourself decluttering your space without knowing why. Old clothes, books, sentimental items, or objects with heavy emotional energy suddenly feel like burdens rather than treasures. The act of physically clearing space in your home mirrors the energetic clearing happening within you. By letting go of material clutter, you're symbolically signaling to the universe that you're ready to receive something new. This period can also bring clarity about professional choices. You may realize that your job no longer fulfills you, or that you've stayed in a career path out of fear, security, or habit, rather than passion and purpose. There could be a growing inner dialogue asking, "Is this really how I want to spend my time and energy every day?" This realization may come with a pull towards exploring new opportunities, learning new skills, or even starting a side project that feels more aligned with your heart. For some, this letting go process also manifests in lifestyle changes. Habits like smoking, excessive drinking, unhealthy eating, or procrastination start to feel more unbearable than ever before. The activities you once used to escape from reality no longer offer comfort. Instead, they feel like heavy chains keeping you from moving forward. This signals that your mind and body are preparing for higher states of consciousness and emotional freedom. Emotionally, The letting go phase is often accompanied by grief, confusion, and moments of loneliness. It's natural to mourn what you're releasing, even if you know deep down that letting go is necessary. Sometimes the people or routines you're detaching from provided you with safety, familiarity, or even survival mechanisms during difficult phases of your life. But just like a snake shedding its skin, you now need to release them to grow further. What makes this urge even stronger as July 25 draws near is the intuitive feeling that holding on to the old will block the new. You may sense that clinging to outdated relationships, jobs, habits, or mindsets will prevent the next phase of your life from fully unfolding. This inner knowing pushes you to act, even if you don't yet see what's coming next. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, feeling the fear of the unknown, but still knowing that it's time to jump, time to trust. Interestingly, the more you surrender and allow this letting go process to happen, the lighter and freer you begin to feel. Your sleep may improve, your mood may become more stable, and moments of unexpected peace or clarity may surface, even in the middle of emotional turmoil. This is your soul's way of showing you that by releasing what no longer serves you, you're making room for surprising opportunities, people, and experiences that are far more aligned with who you are becoming. As July 25, 2025 draws closer, many individuals who are energetically aligned with the coming shift have begun to experience a very peculiar and often confusing physical and emotional cycle. Sudden, almost overwhelming bursts of energy and motivation, quickly followed by deep waves of fatigue and exhaustion. This cycle can feel both exhilarating and frustrating, leaving you wondering what's happening to your body and mind. Let's begin with the bursts of energy. These moments often arrive without warning. One day, you wake up feeling incredibly driven. Your mind races with ideas, creative projects, goals, and to-do lists. Tasks that once felt overwhelming now seem effortless. You might find yourself cleaning your entire house in a few hours, writing pages of journal entries, working on personal projects with laser-sharp focus, or taking on physical activities like running or yoga with unusual vigor. During these high-energy periods, your mind feels clearer, your emotions feel lighter. It's as if a heavy fog has suddenly lifted. You may also experience moments of intense inspiration, visions of your future, sudden clarity about your life path, or intuitive ideas about the next steps you should take. Some people feel more socially engaged during this time, reaching out to friends, reconnecting with old contacts, or starting new conversations that feel important and meaningful. But just as quickly as the energy arrives, it disappears. The following day, or sometimes even within the same day, you may find yourself feeling utterly drained. Tasks that felt easy hours ago now seem impossible to tackle. Your body feels heavy, your mind foggy, and your emotions dull or overly sensitive. Simple activities like getting out of bed, making decisions, or holding conversations may feel exhausting. This oscillation between high energy and deep fatigue is not random. It's a direct result of the intense energetic recalibration your body, mind, and spirit are undergoing as July 25 approaches. You're not just processing your own emotions and thoughts, you're integrating cosmic, planetary, and collective energies that are shifting at an accelerated pace. Your physical body, which exists in the 3D world, is doing its best to adjust to these higher frequencies. On a biological level, your nervous system may feel overstimulated during the energy bursts. Your heart rate may increase slightly, your sleep patterns might get disturbed, and you may even feel physical sensations like tingling in your limbs, pressure around your head, or warmth in your chest. This is your energy body expanding, trying to hold more light, more awareness, and more vibrational power than before. On the flip side, during the fatigue phases, your body is entering recovery mode. This is when the physical, emotional, and energetic adjustments settle into your system. It's also a period when your subconscious mind processes all the mental downloads and emotional clearings you experienced during the high energy phase. Some people describe this as an integration phase, a necessary step before the next wave of energy arrives. Emotionally, this back and forth rhythm can be confusing. You may question your motivation, your purpose, or your mental stability. You might wonder, why am I feeling so alive and inspired one day, and then so empty and unmotivated the next? But understanding that this is part of a larger transformation process can help ease the worry. The key is not to resist it. Instead of forcing yourself to maintain high productivity during your low-energy days, it's important to practice self-compassion. Rest when your body asks for it. Take naps. Allow yourself downtime without guilt. On the high-energy days, lean into the inspiration and get things done, but without pushing yourself to the point of burnout. Also, pay attention to how your thoughts and emotional state shift during these cycles. The energetic waves can stir up hidden fears, unresolved grief, or sudden mood swings. This is because as your energetic body expands, it dislodges old emotional blockages that need to surface and be cleared. Journaling during both the high and low phases can help you track emotional patterns, recognize triggers, and better understand the overall transformation you're undergoing. Another interesting observation people make during this phase is that time feels distorted. Some days fly by in a blur while others seem to drag endlessly. You may also experience moments of time loss, where you can't account for how hours went by, or time compression, where what feels like a long activity actually happened in just a few minutes. This is another symptom of energetic shifts as your consciousness learns to operate outside the traditional constraints of linear time. Physically, your diet and hydration needs may also change. You may crave lighter foods, more water, or find yourself suddenly sensitive to certain foods that never bothered you before. Your body is signaling what it needs to process these energetic waves more smoothly. Ultimately, these bursts of motivation followed by fatigue are your body's way of preparing you for the next chapter. They are recalibrating your internal system to handle new levels of clarity, energy, and spiritual insight that may arrive, sometimes suddenly, as July 25 approaches. Perhaps the most profound and hard-to-ignore sign that July 25, 2025 holds something truly surprising and life-changing for you is the quiet but persistent inner knowing that something big is about to happen. This isn't just a passing thought or a vague hope. It's a deep, gut-level feeling that stays with you day after day, sometimes growing stronger with each sunrise. For many people, this sense of anticipation doesn't come with a clear image of what's going to change. There may be no specific event or outcome that you can point to. In fact, logically, your life might appear the same on the outside. Same job, same relationships, same daily routines. And yet, beneath the surface, there's this undeniable, pulsing sense that life as you know it is about to shift. You might catch yourself staring out a window, lost in thought, with a strange feeling in your chest, a mix of nervous excitement and unexplained emotional weight. Moments that used to feel ordinary now carry a certain energy, as if time itself is holding its breath. When people ask how you're doing, you may struggle to put this sensation into words. You may simply say, "I don't know. I just feel like something's coming." This inner knowing often feels like emotional static in the background of your life. You may sense it while walking through a grocery store, sitting in traffic, or lying in bed at night staring at the ceiling. It's not fear, although it can stir anxiety at times. It's more like standing on the edge of a cliff at dawn, knowing the sun is about to rise, but not knowing exactly what it will look like when it does. For some people, this feeling intensifies through physical sensations. You may experience frequent butterflies in your stomach, a racing heart without exertion, or moments when your body temperature fluctuates suddenly. There might be times when you feel a sudden surge of adrenaline for no apparent reason, as though your body is instinctively preparing for an incoming event. Another layer to this inner knowing is the way it heightens your senses. Colors may seem brighter, sounds may feel sharper, conversations may carry extra meaning, even when they appear casual on the surface. You start noticing small details, a bird sitting on your windowsill, the way the wind moves through the trees, or how strangers' words seem to have double meanings, as if the universe is speaking to you through them. Emotionally, this anticipation brings waves of reflection. You may find yourself looking back over the past few years, analyzing your journey, your growth, your failures, and your victories. There's a quiet realization that everything you've been through, every struggle, heartbreak, success, and lesson, has been leading up to this moment. It feels as if you've been climbing a long, winding staircase, and now you're standing at the final step, just waiting for the door at the top to swing open. Dreams during this phase may become even more symbolic and emotionally charged. You may dream of doorways, bridges, thresholds, or transitions. Water, in particular, may appear frequently in dreams, symbolizing emotional flow, cleansing, or the crossing into new phases of life. People from your past, even those you haven't thought about for years, may suddenly appear in these dreams, offering closure, messages, or simply reminding you of who you once were compared to who you've become. This inner knowing is often accompanied by a sense of emotional preparedness. Without fully understanding what you're preparing for, you might find yourself tying up loose ends in your life. You may feel compelled to clean your space, finish pending projects, apologize to people, or clear emotional baggage. There's a subconscious desire to be as emotionally and physically free as possible when this something arrives. Social interactions may also shift. People around you may sense that you're in a different mental or emotional space. Some friends may pull away, not understanding your subtle changes, while new people may suddenly appear in your life, offering unexpected conversations or opportunities that feel strangely timely and important. One of the most telling aspects of this inner knowing is how it overrides doubt. Even on your most uncertain days, when anxiety creeps in or old fears resurface, something deep within keeps reassuring you, keep going, stay aware, stay open, something is aligning for you. This intuitive awareness becomes a quiet anchor through the emotional storms and the ups and downs of daily life. It helps you remain grounded when circumstances get chaotic. It reminds you to trust the process when things feel out of your control. And most importantly, it helps you hold faith, not blind faith, but a grounded, almost instinctual belief that whatever is coming on July 25, 2025 is meant for your growth, your awakening, and your evolution. So, as we stand here today, reflecting on these powerful signs, the emotional restlessness, the heightened intuition, the repeating life patterns, the synchronicities, the urge to let go, the fluctuating energy, and that deep inner knowing, one thing becomes clear: life is preparing you for something extraordinary. July 25, 2025 isn't just a random date, it's a marker in time, a doorway, a turning point where energy, opportunity, and transformation will align in ways you may not fully understand right now, but will soon experience firsthand. The universe does not send these signals lightly. Each one of these signs is a message from your higher self, from life itself, urging you to pay attention, to trust your journey, and to stay open to the unexpected. So embrace this period of uncertainty, honor your emotions, trust your intuition, break the patterns, let go of what no longer serves you, rest when needed, act when inspired. And most importantly, hold on to the belief that what's coming is bigger, better, and more aligned with your soul's purpose than anything you've experienced before. get ready, because for those who carry these signs, July 25, 2025 will not just be another day. It will be a day of awakening, realization, and possibly the biggest surprise of your life. Thank you.